The closing bell. Let's look at it because it's sounding on Wall Street. Stock sinking, shares of Tesla specifically losing more than 14%. Tesla stock falling after CEO Elon Musk entered in what looks to be the beginning, perhaps, of a bitter feud with the president of the United States. Of course, once close allies, now in a dramatic public fallout. Elon Musk dishing out attacks on President Trump and his mega bill, saying that without him, Trump would have lost the election, calling his spending bill an abomination. Trump responding from the Oval Office, saying he's disappointed in Musk's comments since leaving the White House.
Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore, but I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair.
Well, Musk reacting in a post on X saying this bill was never shown to me, not even once, and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. So for more on the fallout now between two of the most influential men in the country and the future of Trump's bill, I want to bring in ABC's Perry Russell along with ABC News executive editorial producer John Sansucci. Gentlemen, wonderful to be with you. So look, Perry, we know Trump is now threatening Elon's government subsidies and contracts. What is the latest on the tensions here? They clearly are escalating.
Yeah, Kane, it's been an avalanche of posts from Elon Musk on X in just the last few hours. We can recap for you what's been going on. Elon says Trump would not have won the election without him, saying such ingratitude. Elon is threatening to start a new political party. He is calling Trump's threat to end his government contracts and subsidies, saying, "Go ahead, make my day." He's accusing Trump of lying about whether or not Musk knew about the EV mandate coming out of the big, beautiful bill, and is now making allegations about Trump's personal life, saying the truth will come out. And he's also responding to a tweet where somebody asked, who should Republican lawmakers be listening to right now, Musk or Trump? And Musk says that Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but, quote, I will be around for 40 plus years, Kana.
Oh, interesting dig there. Look, John, I think we feel like we know a lot about their relationship, right? It's played out so publicly, but I get the sense here that this is a relationship that goes back a long time before it was in the public eye, and there's a lot of things that we don't know.
Yeah, it's a relationship that was actually one of the ones Donald Trump wanted more than any. He had sought out Elon Musk going back to Trump 1.0, Kana, the first time Donald Trump occupied 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So to think that eventually he got this relationship, got this friendship, and got access to Elon Musk's bank account, all of which has been dissolved. I mean, they say breaking up is hard to do. This is really brutal and frankly unexpected in the sense that, look, I've covered Donald Trump for a long time. I never expected this friendship to last forever, but to see the way that it has crashed and burned in just the last couple of days is simply remarkable. And you talk about the things that we saw publicly, right? Elon Musk at Inauguration Day, next to the Resolute desk with Donald Trump. But I can tell you privately, Kana, down at Mar-a-Lago, Elon Musk was a presence almost every day during the transition. And not just him, Elon Musk's children. You know, think about all the times our team has been out at Mar-a-Lago. If you look across the river there, there's like a clock tower at Trump's Mar-a-Lago property. That clock tower, Kana, is actually apartments. Nobody was living in them until Elon Musk came into the picture. That's where his children were staying while Dad was advising then President-elect Donald Trump. So really an unbelievably close relationship that, based off the last just few hours, clearly blown to smithereens.
I mean, right, John, remember people were throwing around the term Uncle Elon even at that point, as you're talking about how much time they were spending at Mar-a-Lago. But John, what's your opinion here on Musk's remaining influence, White House, particularly Congress?
I mean, listen, the guy has more money than anybody, right? So at the end of the day, we know that is a huge factor for Donald Trump, for Republicans. Look at that expensive Wisconsin Supreme Court judicial race we had. Yeah. Elon Musk was kicking in cash there faster than anybody. So I think that's a question. Now that he's out from Trump's orbit, what happens to the money?
Well, and kicking in cash there in Wisconsin to no avail for the Republican Party, which a lot of people took note of. So, Perry, let's talk about this bill. We know that there's some hardline Republicans sounding the alarm, particularly over the Congressional Budget Office estimate that claims this bill could raise the deficit and will strip nearly 11 million people of their Medicaid coverage. What is the latest now on the negotiations you're hearing on the Hill?
Yeah, so we know that changes are going to be coming to this bill, but we have to see what they are. It's this balance of Republicans trying to make cuts in federal spending, but at the same time protecting programs that they want. We know some senators have talked about trying to save SNAP and also save some Medicaid requirements. You know, we did hear from Senate Republican leadership yesterday, John Thune, after they did meet with President Trump in the White House about what's happening right now with this bill. He says that everybody is going to be rowing the boat in the same direction. In his words, he says, failure is not an option, Kana.
All right. Well, both of these stories will continue to develop throughout the day. It was wonderful speaking with you both, Perry and John. Thank you.